handle, cartridge. This is a very slow procedural load into loading this weapon. They generally did this as their first shot out on a battlefield. Prime. And it was done to shake the nerves out of some young soldiers so he doesn't really miss a step when loading this weapon. But after this, you just put him on autopilot and they go through the entire process as quickly as humanly possible. Smelt. So you notice a small piece of that charge fluid gets poured in the back of the weapon. The remainder of it gets poured down the muzzle of the gun, hence a muzzle loading weapon. And then I'll let you know when they're just about ready to fire. Draw, ramrod. Down, cartridge. Ramrod is used to ensure everything falls to the breech of the gun. These aren't breech loading weapons, so everything gets put down the muzzle, and a ramrod is to ensure that the ball falls from the top of the gun to the back of the weapon. Return, ramrod. This was a very important step which was often forgotten out on the battlefield, is taking the ramrod back out of the barrel. It does make an excellent projectile flying across the field, but you do need it for your next shot, so you do have to put it back where you found it. Holder, arms. Ready! After all that, they're ready for one shot to be fired. At this point, I will warn everybody, if the guns do work, they do create noise. If you do have sensitive hearing or you want to plug your ears, now would be the time. If you have a camera and you want to get it ready, the best time to hit the trigger on your camera is when I yell fire, because that's when they're going to pull theirs. Present. Fire! Prime and load. Now, unfortunately, there was only one gun that had gone off, proving the unreliability of these weapons in perfect conditions. Another common question we get asked is, why did they stand up? How come they not duck or lie down? Even the modern military, they're taught to make themselves a smaller target. But standing up was the fastest way to actually load a muzzle-loading gun. And if you want to win a battle back then, you have to pump out more lead than your enemy, which does mean eventually you do have to stand up. Can I get a younger volunteer to help me out? Apparently I didn't do a good job last time. You want to help me out? Okay, come on up here. What's your name? Matt. How fast can you run, Matt? Think you can outrun a bullet? No. You're a very smart man, Matt. So what I'm actually going to get you to do is yell fire for me. Can you yell fire for me? Don't yell loud enough. The guns won't work and I'll have to have these guys flogged. You want to see a good flogging? Soldiers will like you. So we're going to have one more shot, folks. Then fire! Round of applause for Matt.